Hi, welcome to episode 75 of A Fern Between Us.
We are two of the four owners of Ubud Winery. My name's Jesse.
And I'm Michelle, and today I am trying to bring the spirit of Karen, our Fern, to us.
We got Fern amongst us.
Yes.
And all over that wall back there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but.
Right? So here we are, still in Bali. I know, we're here forever. Get used to it. And so we are filming again at our pool. Last time was in the pool. Now we thought we would try to be a little bit more professional. But only a little.
With shirts on and everything.
Yes. And I'm wearing green again to really feel like Karen, because that's not one of our branding colors. You guys know I'm a stickler for that. I'm always in the colors. Nobody else is.
So I'm wearing blue, and I probably always did.
Yeah, and I'm taking a turn at a new color. Yay! So we've got some interesting things to share with you guys. We're gonna get to some of the updates here in a second, but let's talk about what we are drinking.
Yeah.
Isn't this color gorgeous?
What are we drinking?
This is something that I had to concoct because, like so many of you, we bought a bottle of wine. It didn't indicate that it was sweet, but when we got it home and opened it, it was syrupy sweet. And so that's really not to our palate. And I've had to create something interesting. So one of the best things that you can do is make a sangria. And so being here in Bali, we use the local spirit, which is arak, which is made out of rice. It's distilled. And it's pretty heavy, I gotta say. Jesse likes it, but I need a little less than everybody else. But so I did take the rest of that bottle of wine and add some of the arak, and then I added dragon fruit because it's that amazing color, electric magenta, just incredible, and some lime, and then some melon juice, which is really interesting.
And I do taste that now.
Yeah, the flavors here of juices and even the fruits. We love mango.
Yeah, we always love mango.
Tastes
But they
totally
have
different.
they have like 5 different kinds of mango in the stores that you can buy. And they're totally different every single time. So we're loving checking out the different fruits, the different chilies. Like they have chili, and they have like
Spicy.
jalapenos too, and like red chilies and things like that are obviously related or similar-ish profiles, and then other ones that are totally different.
Yeah.
And it's wild, and there's some serious spices going on here too,
And
which you can
delicious.
definitely add.
Oh,
You can definitely
that
add
would have been
spices.
fun. That would have been fun to have some.
To your mixed drinks.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
when we're done with this
Okay.
and the show's over, we're gonna add some jalapeno because I love the spicy sweet thing.
Yeah,
It's really good.
And so something you can do is do a sangria. What else can you do with
The sweet wines are great as a spritzer.
spritzer?
So you can add sparkling water, even tonic water, which has that little
Quinine.
bite. Yeah, which if you like that, it's really fantastic. And that also brought up the question that a lot of people ask is the fine tuning of what you taste in wine as fruit, and is it sweet or is it not? A lot of times I have somebody say, oh, this is too sweet for me, but it is a technically dry wine.
Right.
And I'll say, well, it's not actually sweet, but it is full forward fruit, which means that you're really getting a lot of fruit, more than, say, the acidity or the tannin. And then there's different aspects of the fruit that you're tasting,
Of course.
right?
And everyone's perception, I think, changes what their a flavor. You can, just because you think it's sweet and you haven't sat there to analyze whether or not it is sweet, you just maybe think it's sweet, and therefore it is. And there's everyone's at a different level of where they call, but we get that a lot. This is sweeter than I like, and it's like, no, it's not. It's fruitier than you like.
Yeah.
But there's no residual sugar in there. So
Yes.
that happens a lot with wine, or the other way around. It's like, this is not sweet enough, even though it's probably sticky sweet. It doesn't have enough of the fruity flavors for somebody's,
Yeah.
somebody's palate, and they're not making that connection between actual sweetness and what they perceive to be sweetness.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that's really interesting as you start to detect is this, bright red berry, as in not maybe fully ripe, or is it a really bright cherry as it gets, sweeter on the vine kind of thing?
Yeah.
Because the cherries are on trees, not vines. and then there's dried cherries, which are dried fruit is actually the sweetest, and a lot of wines use the dried fruit descriptors.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's not that those things are in the wine, but it might have aromas and flavor profiles similar to a dried cherry.
Right.
And even though those
or
are
a prune
really sweet,
rather than a plum.
Yeah.
Or
dried blueberry is also really wonderful flavor compound, very, very different than, say, a fresh blueberry.
I kind of think the dried ones as being slightly oxidized and concentrated.
Very much a concentration.
So it's aged and concentrated, and that's like your biggest difference. But
Yeah, the concentration. Yeah, I feel like that's a big part. So that's one of the interesting things that I'm glad that we have the opportunity to talk about, because this wine not only had the concentration and that fruit forward part of it, it was a very big, bold, juicy, very ripe fruit, but then had a lot of residual sugar.
yeah,
I feel like it was a well-made wine, sort of. I mean, it was not, like,
whatever.
it wasn't crap, but it wasn't. I wasn't gonna be able to drink a glass of it for sure. So
Right, for our palates.
yeah.
Went well with watermelon as well.
Oh yes. So
So-
yeah, that was fantastic. Fresh watermelon just smashed up in it was fantastic.
Sometimes it's as simple as that. Other times, play with it. There's also like
Excuse me.
lots of sangria. Lots of sangria. Maybe you make it with 7-Up, and you
Oh,
can make
yeah.
it with a dry red that you're not digging on, or
Yes.
or a white also.
Yes.
There's
White
lots.
sangria is very popular.
So, yeah, don't feel bashful about playing around. People like the snob community or whatever might say, well, that's not wine drinking or whatever, and I agree. That is not. You're not doing a wine tasting. You are now having a cocktail.
Yes.
And that's perfectly fine.
Yes.
No matter who you are, you can always have a cocktail, and if it's a
Please.
wine-based cocktail,
Use wine.
awesome.
We need more people drinking wine any way
Exactly.
that it comes. So
Exactly.
that's a wonderful idea.
I don't know where the snobbery comes in exactly, but
Yeah, yeah. Denali, honey, could you hit the space bar or something so that my notes come up? Because I already can't remember. There we go. Thank you. All right. So a couple of things that we do want to alert you about before we fill you in on the fun of living in Bali for a while. We have Easter coming up.
hey now.
So Easter Sunday, we are going to have a Easter egg hunt for adults. So the prizes are going to be fantastic in these plastic eggs that are hidden around our tasting room. We are open starting at 10 a.m. and these last until they're all found. So the first people there have the best chance.
Oh.
Something to keep in mind. There are 12 of the fabulous gift prizes and then one special golden egg that has an extra special prize. So highly recommend that you get your butt there early.
Are they going to hide them and then release the people that are there at the same time, or how does that work?
They'll already be hidden when we open.
Okay.
Yes, and then drink specials, and we've got a
Are we
full
excluding,
stacked deli case of goodies. But
It seems like we ought to exclude Jim and Kristen Vogel because they could be over there with their binoculars.
our
Ooh, I
neighbors.
see it over there. There's one under that bush,
That's really funny. Neighbors don't cheat. And the other thing is that I believe, I understand that Sunday should have some decent weather. I know that it's been really windy and cold, but I think that's supposed to turn around on Sunday, so that will be great.
Hopefully.
Yeah. The other thing is that we are moving into summer hours. Speaking of warm weather, so as of the end of this month, April 30th, we will start our new summer hours, which is Sunday through Friday. So that's 6 days in a row that are 10 to 7. We have one day, Saturday, that we're open 10 to 8. And that's because...
Happy hour, I assume.
Happy hour!
Happy hour!
It's coming back! It has been so long because of the pandemic and we couldn't encourage large gatherings and all of these things, and now everybody has been on top of it enough. You know, we're trying to really encourage safe practices, and that encourages everybody getting to have fun again. So our first band is going to be on May 7th. We're doing a fundraiser for DAPS. So Dixon Community, fantastic organization supporting dogs and the need for animal shelters and all of the wonderful things that DAPS does.
Nice.
And we will have more details as far as the band. I didn't get that information from Lily yet, but we will make sure that that's all over all of our social media. And it's 2 to 8 on that day, so it's an extra long happy hour.
Hey, cool.
Right? It's gonna be fun. Can't wait to see all the pictures. Of course, it's not gonna be as fun as being in Bali. Sorry.
So they say it's gonna be nice and warm.
Yes, they say. Is it really gonna be as nice and warm as it is in Bali?
I don't think they know what warm means.
So, do you want to tell everybody what we've been doing since our monkey fiasco? I don't know if you guys have been keeping up. That was terrifying. There's a blog that I posted about the details of that. It was horrifying, but there's been a lot of fun too.
It was not horrifying or terrifying. It was awesome. Since then, or
Yeah, let's see. You guys went back into the monkey forest.
and
They're
I,
crazy.
yeah, we checked them back out, and that was awesome. And got some up close encounters again.
Some
And
icky up close encounters. But, whatever. I was at a cafe. I enjoyed myself that day.
a monkey sat on Denali for a while.
And left all
Left
kinds
a
of
mark.
goodies
Left a
on her
mark.
arm. And we went to the famous duck restaurant.
Oh yeah, Lucky Duck.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not called that, but it's called
what
Lucky.
that translates to.
Yeah, something called Lucky Duck. I don't
Dirty
think-
Duck.
Dirty
Dirty
Duck.
Duck.
That's Dirty Duck. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're thinking of the
Oh,
show
yeah.
that we binge watched.
That's
That was
right.
about that woman with her vegan
That's right.
vegan restaurant. Lucky Duck. One
Yeah.
Lucky Duck company.
That's
If you haven't
bad
seen
name
that,
for a vegan restaurant, I
Yeah,
think.
I
And
think
then
so. Yeah, if
What
you're
a
looking for
fiasco.
something to see on Netflix, that
totally
was entertaining.
ridiculous. Totally ridiculous.
Oh, what a nightmare. Anyway, this Dirty Duck was
was good.
amazing. And they don't even really talk about it on the website other than how great the dishes are. But the gardens were spectacular. I mean, that's one of the things that I love about this place is every door that you peek around has a whole new world of gardens and fountains and ponds and
we don't get that over here. I mean, we don't get that in New Mexico,
Yeah.
like the diversity of what you can do in a garden. It's really cool.
We also have been checking out the rice terraces.
Yes.
The one, the UNESCO spot we talked about last time, which is huge and really incredible and beautiful. And then there's one near us that's like,
Super steep little valley, and actually goes for quite a ways. And we just hung out at this one restaurant.
it's their restaurant, but also you can swim, but also there's
You can swing, you can
these
swim.
huge swings that send you out over the terraces.
We didn't
It's
do
a
any of
theme
that
park
because we're
of
gonna go
sorts.
back, I think.
If I can make it, it's like the land of 50,000 stairs. My arthritis was like, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
beautiful.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful. And then we've just been swimming every morning because it's hot. So you get in the pool, wander around.
Take a a little jog. I've been jogging through the rice terraces some of the mornings.
That's cool.
Lots of ducks out there,
Mm-hmm.
fattening up.
So we can eat them. Yum yum. Sorry, vegans, or vegetarians. And then we also rented a scooter and actually drove through Ubud, which probably doesn't sound like much to everybody, but it is insane to drive a scooter in Southeast Asia. It's a thing, and it's scary,
Yeah.
and the traffic's going every which way, and there's so many people. So that was exciting.
Yeah. The wrong way down a one-way street for a while.
Yeah, that was a highlight.
Not everything's so clearly marked exactly, or maybe it is, probably it is, but I don't.
Speak the
not,
language.
Not reading the language or not reading the signs as well as maybe I should. I don't know.
Right? I don't know. But that was exciting. Also, I thought your mom had some great questions that she sent us asking exactly where Ubud is. Where are we on the island of Bali? And
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's an important.
Yeah. All right.
Context.
So Bali is one of the millions, thousands of islands that make up Indonesia. It and the group of islands right around it are the only Buddhist islands, whereas the rest, Hindu islands, where the rest of the islands are Muslim based, which is, I guess, part of why it's so tourist friendly or whatever, why the tourists flock here. It's just
Unique.
it just talks to a Western mind better, I guess, or more readily. I don't know, but and then within the island of Bali itself, Ubud is like heading north from the bottom tip where you land. We're whatever 25, 30 miles north of there.
But it takes an hour.
Takes at least an hour if there's not too much traffic, and it's kind of inching towards the middle of the island. We have two volcanoes north of us that, on the horizon we can see when we're not amongst the jungle or the houses.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's 3 active volcanoes on Bali.
exactly, and it's basically from here on up, it's all rice terraces. So everywhere where there's not a house, there's a little rice terrace.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
I mean,
And every
so
corner has an incredible, intricate
temple.
and then each house has these amazing prayer.
Shrine. You might be able to see this one back here. The little.
This is a little more simple, but they have huge, carved, beautiful ones.
Generally, they're ornate and have they're permanent
Mm-hmm.
carved stone structures.
Yes. They're totally beautiful. So we aren't near a beach.
Nope, not
We're
right now.
Just in a jungle city, and it's incredible. It's beautiful, and we were just hearing that we're really lucky to be here right now when there aren't a lot of tourists, because usually it is so packed with people that the monkey forest, which is a nice stroll from our home,
It's like 1 mile, just over a mile.
and it's so quaint and cute. You love walking there, but that which would normally take a 5-minute drive, when there's so many tourists and so much traffic, they said it was an hour and a half just sitting.
To get a mile or a mile and a half away. That's not okay.
That's some crazy California traffic,
Yeah.
So that's pretty wild. And so our interpretation of how beautiful and lovely and idyllic this is probably a lot colored
Skewed.
by
Yeah.
that there's nobody here, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Not for them, because they need people to come to visit, but our experience has been amazing.
The roads are just small here, like really small.
That's a really good
Even like the biggest 2-lane roads, people can park on them, and then it turns into a lane and a half, like just everywhere. So then, if there's somebody coming, 2 cars coming, one of the parties has to stop and wait and then go around. So
And very slow, because there's buildings.
And motorcycles. There, anywhere you can fit a motorcycle, there'll be a motorcycle there passing one way, either from behind or
Yeah.
going the other way.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
not a.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it.
It really makes. I mean, maybe everyone should be on motorcycles instead of having some cars, or I don't know what the right answer is, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not conducive to getting around.
Yeah. So there you have it. There's where we are, and you're welcome to write in any of your questions that you have about Bali. Some people have been asking for recommendations. We can get more into that if more of you want to hear that. I've gotten some private messages asking about that, and that might be, worthwhile.
Depends on what you like, of course.
I know, right?
So we've realized we're not as much of beach people as we assumed we probably were. Beaches seem amazing, but maybe we're not beach people like like that, because we always end up gravitating towards these like towns that are a little higher in altitude
Yeah.
and smaller, and so
Yeah. So we'll see. After our month here in Ubud, we will be moving on to a volcano. So, and then maybe some beach. So we'll keep you abreast of that. Also, if you're not paying too close of attention, you might have missed it, but it's important that you guys start checking all of our different social media platforms. We are releasing these quick little videos that Chris is doing. What is Chris Padberg doing today? And each time it is what he's actually doing work-wise that day. And it's so fabulous, and I think they're adorable. And it's, a minute, maybe two, of, he's putting in a vineyard with Francisco right now, and what those steps are. Something that most people don't think to ask about some of these things, like what are the, little steps before you plant.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them. It's a lot of work. So he's been doing those. He did one on, filling barrels, topping up tanks. That's a really cool little tidbit that we wouldn't necessarily think of to share with you guys. So definitely keep an eye out. And we finally bit the bullet, and we're now on TikTok. I cannot believe we are, but we are, and we're trying to get the hang of things. I'm trying to curate it so that it's a lot of fun. Each of our platforms is a little bit different, so hopefully you get a different feeling, different information. Sometimes they overlap, but I'm working on it. If you have any tips or want any certain types of videos, let me know. It's coming along, and I did share the most recent Chris. What is Chris Padberg doing today on there? So he's his own TikTok now.
Nice.
Anything else you want to share, babe?
No.
All right.
I guess not.
Yeah, I think we're good. We're happy. We're getting tan. Well, for extremely white people.
Yeah. Starting at ground zero, we're rounding up slightly, I guess.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was 5 o'clock here, so it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Hey.
We will see you soon. Cheers.
Cheers.